a fun one. And by fun, I mean not fun at all, but this is just, again, the reality of the world we live in here. This is an article, an actual article from metro.co.uk. Wife strangulates husband's penis with DIY chastity belt to stop him from cheating. Now, I said this is covering weird news, right? I love weird news. This is the weirdest of the weird. This is also why you never get married. This is a good example as to why you never want to actually get married. You never want to do it. You just don't want to do it, right? Anyway, doesn't this kind of also feel like the whole Lorena Bobbitt, John Bobbitt situation from the 90s, you know? Wife strangulates husband's penis with DIY chastity belt to stop him from cheating. Now, I just kind of feel like this dude, this guy in particular, is going to end up getting a job working in porno after this, right? He's going to be part of, it's going to be was it Frankenwiener or is it Frankencock? I forget what it was called, but the John Bobbitt porno that he did. Anyway, now it's from the southern Ukraine, right? So clearly, don't piss off Ukrainian women. I think we've learned. I think if you follow American politics, we've learned that at this point anyway. Now it says doctors fought hard to salvage the genitals of a man who was forced to wear a makeshift chastity belt for being unfaithful. The cheating husband woke up in pain one morning to find his penis being strangulated by a metal nut screwed on by his wife as he slept. A metal nut. I mean, like, for one, the flaccidity, flaccid penises are like, it's like clay in some aspects, most people only really see penises from porno, but this is like, no, if it's limp, it depends also on the size, but she got this thing around, a nut around this thing, and she screwed it in place. I mean, she basically put like a Prince Albert on this guy, right? Or like the world's worst genital wart is how I can view it. Now, he tried in vain to remove it himself before calling for an ambulance, which took him to a hospital. But even then, the chastity nut was too tough to crack for doctors. Oh my God. So a specialist team of rescuers were brought in. Just imagine being that guy in that moment. Like you get there like, Doc, my wife, she put on a nut around my penis to prevent me from nutting. And they're like, okay, let's try to get it off. We can't get it off, but let's call in the specialist team. And those guys used a circular saw to slice it in two, putting the patient at risk by producing sparks. I shouldn't laugh at this because it's terrible, and it absolutely is terrible. It is. This is wrong across so many reasons. We can see, look at that there. Like they're taking a picture of what appears to be a broken cell phone. There's the nut. Look at that nut. Oh my God, that's painful. Okay. Like, that woman was pissed. The man in his 40s woke up in pain. Let's scroll past that. Friction caused the metal wrapped around his organ to heat up, forcing responders to cool it down by pouring water on it. Oh my God, that poor guy, that absolute poor guy. Speaking with local media, Rescue Team Command said that we received a call from doctors who asked to remove the nut. We used special equipment to do the job. The man was lying on the surgical operating table under anesthesia while we were cutting the object off. Well, you'd have to. I'm pretty sure any guy listening to this right now would go like, you'd have to knock me out. Just hit me in the face with a frying pan, knock me out cold. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to remember it. Just get it done. Get it off me. Get it off me. Colleague Edward Necker said, we often face similar incidents and are quite trained with removing rings, handcuffs, and other objects off people's bodies. In this case, we actually saved the man's penis. He will be able to become a father in the future. Well, that's good. Also, quick little side note here. We often face similar incidences, are quite trained in removing rings, handcuffs, and other objects off of people's bodies. Humanity is weird, man. Humanity is so weird. Now, the patient is being treated in a hospital and expects to get his penis back in full working order soon. According to Ukrainian media, the man in his 40s is considering asking for a divorce. Oh, homie, dude. She literally tried to remove your wang with a nut, with a metal nut. She gave you the worst possible homemade chastity belt. It wasn't even like just handcuffed around you in some particular fashion. This was you were considering getting a divorce. I mean, look, you have to ask yourself the honest question here. Was the juice worth the squeeze? Because at the end of the day, was the person you were cheating on your wife with worth it? And in which case, Could you then just move on to that? Because I kind of feel at this point you may just want to do that. Cut your losses, literally cut your losses. You almost lost a lot more than is not kind of necessary on this front, but still cut your losses and move on. Just move on. I mean, if your wife is willing to put one on you like that while you're asleep, and you're gonna have to bring in a special rescue team to bring in the jaws of life to cut a metal nut from your wang, you might wanna seek something else. And then next time, don't cheat on it. This is probably like the greatest warning sign to any man out there. Hell hath no fury, like a woman scorned. And this wife, I believe, is one of the prime candidates for why that is something you should remember till the end of time. To the end of damn time.